You know, for most Americans, 9/11 lives as an infamous day in our memories when our country and really the world changed in a matter of hours. But our schools are filled now with students who never knew what life was like before those attacks and the aftermath that followed. For them, 9/11 is a history lesson, much like Pearl Harbor, except there's no set curriculum. News 4's Chris Miller shows us how some teachers are handling this very important lesson plan.
Max is a high school senior. On 9/11, he was 1 month old.
I've known about it my whole life.
He's known about it, but he and his friends are too young to have any first-hand memory of the attacks, which explains the field trip.
The room that resonated with me the most was probably the room with all the faces.
Max and his classmates went to the 9/11 Museum, a plan pioneered by their social studies teacher, Mrs. Torres.
For me, the most powerful room is the room where the firefighters are the beeping, and you realize that the people who are attached to those locators are no longer here.
Mrs. Torres worked with 9/11 family members to develop a curriculum for students, a way to teach high schoolers as the anniversaries grow.
There was one comment that said, overall, I thought this trip was very moving and really important for students to attend. Although we were not alive on the day of the attack, it's very important for us to be aware of the seriousness and sadness this day brought.
You're teaching 9/11 almost like you would any other event. It's becoming a kind of World War II or a Vietnam War. However, the teachers themselves, most of them have an experience, a personal connection to the event.
Kids think they're invincible and nothing wrong ever happens to them. Tragedies are tragedies. And when they occur, they hit everybody.
There were flags hanging from every home.
Other educators took special training at the museum as well to relearn the timeline of events and to try to remain objective.
I actually went 3 times before I brought the kids because I wanted to get the lay of the land. I wanted to make sure that I would have my emotions in check.
Kind of hit me hard, how so many lives were changed by it and how massive of an attack it was.
The magnitude still sinking in to a generation that hadn't yet been born when the towers fell. The impact of the lesson plan took on deeper meaning for the students at this New Jersey school. 3 former students at that school lost their lives in the attacks. Chris Miller, News 4.